Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I wanted to do a little review on some products that I picked up recently from the Sephora VIB haul. Well, I hauled it, but it was a sale. And this one is the Stila Metallic Merlot. It's going to be my review on that. This is called the Magnificent Metals Foil Finish Eyeshadow. And I picked up this because I really wanted to try the product out. It seemed like a really neat little kind of like a neat idea. And then when I went to look at the shades, I normally go for brown, very earthy tones. And this one, there was like golds, two different golds, I think a copper and then this Merlot color. And this one caught my eye because it is brownish, but it's got that really pretty Merlot color to it also, kind of like a cranberry shade. So I thought I would try it. And it comes packaged like this. And so you get the eyeshadow and a mixing medium, which this is called the Stay All Day Liquid Eye Primer, and the little pan to mix it up in. It says Stila on it. It's a little tin pan. And basically, you're supposed to use a drop of this in the pan and then flake off some of the eyeshadow. And mix it up, and then you apply that to your lids. Now, I can tell you that upon opening this, I have only used this twice, so like 2 little drops, and it was already, there was like half of this stuff. You can see right here. There's where it is now, and it was literally only a little bit higher than that. I've only used it twice, so 2 drops. It did not come full. It came kind of halfway, and I'm not sure if they did that on purpose, but I know the little dropper was barely touching it. Like now, it's barely touching it. It doesn't even go all the way to the bottom. It just barely touches it. So it's barely touching it when I got it, and that was kind of annoying because I thought, well, that's kind of crappy. I mean, you would think it'd be full before you even start to use it. So already it was halfway, and now it's even less. So I'm not sure how long this is going to last at all. Maybe it'll last another 4 applications, if that. But there's the dropper, and it's, you know, pretty easy, just the dropper technique that you use. And then it goes on here, and then you do have to find either like a beauty spatula or a little tip of a brush, something to flake off the eyeshadow into your pan, which that just kind of would have been neat to have included a little bitty tool of some sort. I mean, even an orange stick, if you ask me, could have been included in there to help you flake this off into there, since you are having to kind of flake it on to get it to mix. So that would have been nice to have. But once you get it mixed up, and I will mix a little bit for you so you can see, once you get it mixed up, it creates a little paste, and the paste, you use a brush or your finger. I am a brush fanatic, so I like to use my brush for everything. I'm going to use, there's a little bit of some that's kind of cracked off right there. I'm going to use that with just my finger and hope that my nail stays okay to get it into the mixing medium. Okay, so here is what I've done. You see the drop, and then you see the eyeshadow in the middle of it. And you basically get it on there. I'm going to do it with my finger so you can see it. And start really kind of mixing it. And then it becomes kind of a liquidy substance. Now the more you put on there, of course, the more it'll become pasty. And you take that, once it's all mixed up, and you start to apply it onto your lid. Now I'm not going to apply it on my lid because I don't want to be wearing this all day long. But you get it onto your lid, and you can see it is a very pretty color. I mean, it builds nicely. This you can do sheer, which if you shear it out, you can see how it goes a little sheer, or you can build it up to a little bit of a darker shade. So there it is, a little bit built up. Now, there we go. Yeah, so that's how it goes onto your lid, how you get it onto your lid. Now, my problem with this, it's very pretty. You can't see the sparkles in it. There you can see them a little bit. It is sparkly. When it dries, the intensity kind of fades. It never really stays. If it stayed that intense, I'd be super happy. But once it dried, and the intensity, like right here, is drying a little bit, the intensity fades a little bit more. It flakes off your eyelid. So throughout the day when I had it on, it was kind of, it felt pasty. It never felt dry. Now that's a big issue for me too. It never ever felt dry the times that I've worn it. Well, I've worn it 2 times already, and it never felt like it dried completely. It always felt like my eyelid was wet, which is odd because you don't really, you know, that's not a nice, you might want to put like a wet feel eyeshadow on, but you always want it to dry and you want it to feel dry. So it never felt like it was dry. I never felt secure wearing it, if that makes any sense at all to you. I know to somebody who has, you know, does not enjoy makeup or eyeshadows in general, that's not going to make much sense, but it never felt secure. In other words, my lid always felt like it was falling off or it was moving or something. It never felt like it really adhered to it. And it may just be that because it's metallic, the coolness is always there, like it stays, you know, on your lid. So there it is. Very pretty when you put it on initially. It is a very, very pretty color. I'm trying to get some more so you can see because it's a little dark since it's overcast today. The metallic kind of metal in there. Super duper pretty. That's my only issue with it, is that it kind of flakes off over the course of the day. It does not stay as long as I would like it to stay. And then I also thought, this is a little, you know, I thought maybe you could use it as a regular eyeshadow, which you can when you do this. It's a little, it's like damp to the touch, so jelly-like, and actually I like it more. This is without the mixing medium. You can see the intensity. I mean, it's so much better, and I like it a little bit more minus the primer. I really do. I mean, I'd like it more not mixed than I do mixed. So wearing it without mixing it is the way that I've been doing it. I know, you know, I buy things, some things I like, some things I don't, and usually if I don't like it, I can find a way to make it work, and that's just how I've found to make this work. I prefer it without the primer. I prefer it just with, you know, on its own, and then blend it out. Now, it is difficult to work with because it's, I guess, not meant to be worn like this, so when you blend it out, you have to be kind of, yeah, kind of rigorous in your blending technique, because you can see with my finger, you know, it does not blend out. Once you get it on your lid, it's like it'll stay there. There is no kind of moving it around. It stays there and you just blend. So only put it where you want it. Like if you want it in the outer corner and that's it, only put it there. Try not to get it any higher than you really want it, and then just really work that blending technique out from there, because it's going to blend, since it's hard to work with, it's going to blend a lot higher than you're going to want it to, if that makes any sense. Like if you want your shadow, you know, the darkest down here, of course, but then if you want your blended shadow to, you know, end about here, then only put it a little lower than that and then blend up, because it's going to blend quite dark around here. So yeah, that is how I found that I like it more, is just using it, and you can see it way darker. So I am liking it. I don't think that I will invest in the other shades, only because I have golds in other lines that I really do like and I prefer to wear. But this shade itself is absolutely beautiful. The glitter in it is really, really pretty. And I thought I would compare it to the Chanel Eboulie, which you guys know I love. I bought these. These are, I think, a year old already. They have not dried out on me. I know I read a lot of complaints. I hear a lot of complaints about this Chanel Illusion des Ombres, and mine are still, I don't know. I don't know. Mine are still in great shape. I really love them. And here is the Eboulie shade, and it is kind of that reddish Merlot wine shade, if you will. So there they are, swatched next to each other. This one is just a tad more kind of purple to it. That's the Eboulie, which I think is just a little bit more brown. And then next to each other, here you go. Now the Chanel one I think is easier to work with. It is more blendable, a little bit more creamy, and it goes on just, you know, better. So there's that. Now I don't think you can ever really get the intensity of this with the Chanel one, but it's about the same shade. Just a little bit, like I said, more earthy, more brown. This is definitely more wine or purple colored. So here they are next to each other. Woo. There you go. And this is actually just a little bit more expensive than this. It's like $2 or $3 more expensive than this. This was kind of expensive for an eyeshadow, I felt, just because most of the expensive eyeshadows I buy are not Stila brand, or you know, they're Chanel or Dior, Yves Saint Laurent. So it's a great product though. I do like it. I just don't really care for the primer with it. This I could do without, or I could just do with a full one. Yeah. Anyhow, so that's that. Those are my swatches. I'm going to leave you guys now so I can go clean my fingers. Yeah, so let me know if you have any questions. If there's something I did not answer, I'll be happy to explain it to you. I will put exactly what this is because it's got a long name, and the shade. It's called Metallic Merlot. And you just foil it onto your lid like you would any shadow you want to foil. So thank you so much for watching. On my face really quickly, I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I cannot wear this more than 1 or 2 days in a row. If not, it makes my skin go nutty, but it's got a beautiful, I love the finish. It's got a beautiful finish. So yeah, the Stay in Place Makeup. And I've got on the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer under my eyes. On my lids, I've got the Chanel Mystic Eyes Quad, which looks like this. And I did use all 4 colors. I love that quad. It's beautiful. And on my cheeks, I've got Benefit's Rockateur Blush, which looks like that. Super pretty, just kind of an, yeah, everyday pink, wearable pink, highly wearable pink. So thank you so much for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.